Prototyping model in software engineering. The prototyping model is a software development model that focuses on creating an early, simplified version of the software system, called a prototype, to gather feedback and validate requirements. It is an iterative and incremental approach that allows stakeholders to visualize and interact with the software system before the full development effort is undertaken. The prototyping model consists of the following phases. 1. Requirements gathering. In this phase, the initial requirements for the software system are gathered from stakeholders. The requirements may be in the form of high-level descriptions or user stories. The focus is on understanding the goals and expectations for the software. 2. Prototyping. Based on the gathered requirements, a prototype is developed. The prototype is a working model of the software that typically includes a subset of the desired features and functionality. The prototype can be a mock-up, a wireframe, or a functional representation of the user interface. 3. Evaluation and feedback. The prototype is presented to the stakeholders, including end users, for evaluation and feedback. The stakeholders interact with the prototype, provide feedback, and suggest changes or enhancements based on their experience and requirements. 4. Refinement and iteration. Based on the feedback received, the prototype is refined and modified. Changes may be made to the user interface, functionality, or underlying design. This iterative process continues until the prototype meets the desired requirements and stakeholders are satisfied. 5. Final development. Once the prototype is approved, the final development phase begins. The development team uses the feedback and insights gained from the prototype to guide the full-scale development effort. The requirements are refined, detailed system design is created, and the software is developed and tested according to the revised specifications. 6. Deployment and maintenance. After successful development and testing, the software is deployed or released to the end users or customers. The maintenance phase involves providing support, addressing issues or defects, and making updates or enhancements to the software based on user feedback and changing requirements. The prototyping model offers several benefits, such as 1. Early feedback and validation. The prototype allows stakeholders to provide early feedback and validate the software's requirements and design. This helps in reducing misunderstandings and risks associated with miscommunication. 2. Improved requirement understanding. The interactive nature of the prototype helps stakeholders better understand the software system, its functionality, and user interface. This leads to more accurate requirements and enhanced user satisfaction. 3. Reduced development time and costs. By identifying and addressing issues early in the prototyping phase, the model helps in reducing rework and development costs. It streamlines the development process by iteratively refining the software based on stakeholder feedback. 4. Enhanced user experience. The prototype allows stakeholders to experience and interact with the software early on. This helps in identifying usability issues and making necessary adjustments to improve the overall user experience. However, the prototyping model also has some considerations. 1. Scope control. The scope of the prototype needs to be clearly defined to avoid scope creep and ensure that it focuses on the most critical aspects of the software. 2. Documentation. Adequate documentation is required to capture and communicate the evolving requirements and changes made during the prototyping process. 3. Technical debt. If not managed properly, prototyping can lead to technical debt if shortcuts or temporary solutions are used in the prototype that need to be refactored or redesigned in the final development phase. The prototyping model is suitable for projects where the requirements are not well defined or are likely to evolve during the development process. It enables stakeholders to actively participate and provides a tangible representation of the software system early in the development lifecycle.